Alright, what's up guys? So decided to do another video. I've been recording these a lot, but this is the one quest we're on now is called Unity. Mateo believes the word unity may have hidden meanings to the Sanctum Universum. So we need to talk to Keeper Aquilus. And just leveling up some skills. Doing the health. Alright, cool. There's also one thing I wanted to maybe get. Funny because like the first time I played through this game,
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
I think it was Sam I lost as my companion. He was the one who died. And then it was Barrett. And then now it's Sarah. So yeah, Sarah's never like, I think Andrea, she's never really died. I always wish that Noelle could be your companion, honestly. I was always really bummed out about that. Or that, you know, we could get other companions. Alright, so let's try to find... There we go. Alright, that's what I need. I need more ammo, so wanted to try to... Or did I just miss it? No way. Alright, cool. Yeah, I just needed to get more ammo and before I do the next one.
I'm sure you already know there's... Welcome to all sales are final. I'm sure we can find... You know, I'm sure we can find...
It's 6.5 it said.
There's nothing. Please.
11.
Take...
Alright, cool. Alright, cool. We're all set now.
Good news. They're going to let me pitch my presentation at the
I did
meeting
want
tomorrow.
to just wait.
Yeah. am super nervous, but fingers crossed, I hope it turns out well.
Shayla.
Alright. It's a nice area overlooking everything, honestly. And see, it's cool, you know, this game still looks really nice. You could build your own outposts, little settlements. Does have some exploration features to it. Isn't quite like No Man's Sky where you can explore the whole way around the planet. I mean, you can, but it sort of gives you a little boxed area, and so you have that. But in No Man's Sky, you can literally walk around the whole entire planet and back to the original spot where you were. So, and that feature is pretty nice. But Bethesda games have all been about I would say story-based content and about you know, characters, interesting settings.
This space is a memorial to those lost during the Colony War. Your consideration is requested.
Okay.
Heck of a day.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the settled systems, and they like to use old abandoned facilities as outposts.
Interesting. Alright.
It's Hope Tech.
The Colony War.
The contents came damaged.
No winners there, just orphans and mourners.
Exactly. It's like
When someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. Do you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels. Understand his pain. Accept it. And deliver it not back upon him.
Empathy. You mean empathy? But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can just love a terrible person who has been terrible to them.
Yeah, why even bother? I mean, isn't the cycle of humanity peace and war back and forth, like forever? Seems kind of pointless to try so hard for something that won't last. Nothing ever really changes.
It's not easy, no, but necessary. Because you see, everything has changed. God has given us the intelligence, the ingenuity to reach into the stars, to travel his path, to truly find him. But we can't do it alone. The only way is through
Unity.
Huh. Yes, Andreas.
Unity.
Yes. Unity. Well, I'm sure you all have other things to do. Thank you for taking the time to stop and talk with me.
He's giving me a lot to think about.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
We think your church is connected to a group of space weirdos. We need to talk about unity.
Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something Secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
Uh-oh. What does he know? Okay. Alright, oop, they're already inside. Wow. Impressive.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
Well, it started with the discovery of these anomalies, the artifacts.
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
We know it's a stretch, but we hope you can help us.
I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Let's hear this story then.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave?
Sounds like the House of Enlightenment and Varun have the other parts then.
I agree. I think you need to talk to them about this unity pilgrim. And clearly, not just in a theological sense, as I have.
All right.
The enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Alright, let's go. Might also, where is... I know it's close. Oh, we'll just travel to our ship real quick. I just want to swap out companions, so
You doing all right, Gumdrop?
Hey, you might want this.
I could really bend your ear when you got a moment.
Need something?
Ah, hello.
Ready to head back out?
Of course. Are you ready?
Looks like it's tag you're it, Andreja.
Tag indeed, Sam. We will see you later.
Greetings, Captain.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Of course the United Colonies is paying close attention. Heaven forbid something escaped their notice.
Keep it moving.
Yeah? A visitor? I have all the company I need. He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions. The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less. Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all. I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts to deceive the faithless. Then we are done. Leave me.
Been up there, huh? Space? Must be cool. I never get to go to space.
If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
Keeper Quillis sent me. I need to talk about the Pilgrim.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity Pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing.
Alright, let's hear it.
A man walks into the first house of enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of do that.
Is there a hidden message? Is there a hidden message?
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
Can you tell me anything else about Unity, what it means?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or, in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning.
Interesting. Alright, thank you. You give me a lot to think about.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Alright, time to head back to Keeper Aquilus.
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
In your story, the pilgrim contemplates infinitum addendum. That must mean something.
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? What else did you learn?
Spoke to the Varun Zealot. She said Jinan fought 4 times over 120 days.
If there really is a location the pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else?
The enlightened story used the words second and 2.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
Next planet I find, I'm naming Dum Dum. What do you think? Indum. That's the name of a star system.
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
Something sacred out there, bringing everything together. It's just a word. Only total conviction. We're being tested. This is the best answer because I feel like there is something bringing everything together. Even if it's not, you know, sacred, it's still something bringing us all together.
Ah, but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a force that brings things together. Should that be sanctified?
I feel unity is something much greater.
It is one of the great contradictions of belief. We feel the presence of something out there, but we insist that it is also everywhere. So you think this word unity describes that divine unknowableness that the pilgrim searched for? Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
Is this right? So that's... This is number 2. So here's the crux of my troubles. To accomplish anything, I need to work with other people. I need assistance. I need workers. I need hands. As we work together, they inevitably ask questions, and I can never help talking. It starts innocently enough. They want to understand how someone who believes in science can also believe in the divine. Or they have their own misunderstandings instilled by some borderline religious remnant. My weakness is my inability to let alone. I want them to understand, so I try, gently as I might, to nudge their minds along the right path. Then there are follow-ups and followings. The trouble is that I genuinely care for these people. It would be so much easier if I didn't. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, it's an interesting pistol. This is 3. Pilgrim's Writing 3. Today in a soft voice, my assistant asked me if there was anything above the unity. It was all I could do to keep from shouting that I could scarcely comprehend the misunderstanding that would lead to such a question. It was asked honestly, and I answered as best I could. But if even my closest confidant here can fail to grasp the most basic of these truths, why am I bothering to explain any of it to any of them? Every word that drops from my mouth gets gobbled up, misheard, misremembered, misunderstood, and mistranslated before I can issue the slightest clarification. People are necessary, but people are madness. I attempted to withdraw, to go off alone, to commune with unity in my own way. They followed. Of course, they followed. This guy's like a fantastic writer. Love it. Pilgrim's Writing 4. At last a bit of peace, a piece of peace. Is that funny? Is that anything? Is that funny? Why am I trying to be funny? Have they driven me mad at last? Is there a difference between my writing to myself and talking to myself? The former certainly seems more acceptable than the latter. I recall again that my mind is my own, and that even if only it exists, that is sufficient for me to believe in everything else. The unity has restored me once more. The unity has restored me once more. Interesting. Okay. This time I act alone, for now. Myself is a formidable opponent. I should have expected as much, but vanity is, thankfully, not among my vices. Regardless, it turns out time spent in solitude is, in my case, time with a very sick man, or whatever it is I have become. I don't like this person. Okay.
Okay. It's too cold. My fingers can barely bend.
We'll be okay, buddy. Pilgrim's Writing 1. The credulous simplicity of mundane humans never ceases to amaze me. My worst instincts, the evil spirit, draw me towards form of contempt for them. But I remember that I am privy to that which they are not. I cannot and should not judge them for a lack of vision when I know very well the blinders which obscure their sight. I once wore them myself, after all. I hope for their sake that they may someday understand, but for my sake, I wish to be left alone. Let's pick up this last writing. Our Pilgrim's Writing number 5. I find myself thinking about his various pasts and my possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, more development of myself. I imagine passing through once more to another world to begin the process anew. What is notable here? That road does seem gratifying. Every step is one of intrinsic reward, and I feel myself anticipating the pleasures and seeking a more contented version of myself in that future. Then, for the sake of considering all possibilities, I imagine if I took a different path, if I stopped running, stopped seeking to gather my own power, if I instead embraced the twinges of compassion I feel in my heart and let myself care for the people who seem to gather about me wherever I try to work, if I simply lived and taught and perhaps brought others to the light and died. That road also seems gratifying. I also see a contented version of myself in that future. Here's the difference, though. When I stop thinking about the glories I could achieve for myself, the pleasure fades nearly immediately. When I stop thinking about staying and building something, the feeling endures. There is something more sustaining about it, more fulfilling. I don't know what this difference signifies, but I'm grateful for the time I've taken to notice it. Interesting. So, unlock personal room. If you came seeking the right answers, you will know what question to ask. What is the unity? I return your question with a question. If you have read my writings, what is the burden of people? They're too heavy, people gotta go on diets. We all seem to end up just fighting each other. Oh, that's something like the hunter would say, honestly. People are necessary, but people are madness. Who is your most formidable opponent? Myself. Where does enduring contentment come from? I think in growing, right? Oh, no, it's the other one, right? Alright. Alright, I got it wrong. Alright. I know it. People are necessary, right? Myself. And stopping and embracing compassion. Alright, search the room. You came here seeking the true meaning of unity. If you still wish to find it, there is one final piece of myself in the next room. I found my own answer a long time ago, but not in the way I was expecting. I hope your journey gives you the truth. Interesting. I wonder if these sketches are like the actual ones you know, from like the developers. That would be kind of cool. Cake. Final writing. I don't know what the correct answer is. I might never. Increasingly, though, I'm comfortable with the not knowing. The more I reflect on being here, in this world, in this time, the more I think it is precisely where I need to be. This time will be different. It won't be about me, so I won't have to run. I can actually build something with intent, instead of scrambling to fix something that others create in my name. It can be something beneficial. I can be something beneficial. I'm leaving behind that other person. This world has no place for him. Let him die. Let me live to enlighten the blessed universe before me. You have found the end of my journey, but to know everything, you must find its beginning. On Hyla 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting hides the truth. This whole entire game is...
Those are Starborn ruins. You see that, right? We have to get a close-up of that statue. Wow.
Well. Ancient ruins. Left a little, I think. Alright. This is a constellation. Right. So, where is it? All the way over there.
Yes, we're here. Look at those beautiful stars.
So rare that someone new comes along. From the sidelines, it's a real treat to see everyone scrambling. It's very profitable as well.
Who are you?
It's not yet time. I don't even know if it will ever be. But hope and my pocketbook springs eternal.
Can you explain yourself?
I really can't say, as much as I'd like to. It may mean nothing, but I'm rooting for you.
Thanks.
Please, just be careful. Very careful. I hope to see you at a much later date.
Interesting. If we'll see them again.
Grav jump spinning down. Just look at those stars.
Ooh.
Found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Keeper Aquila sent me to find the true meaning of unity.
He did.
You weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
Who's the second Starborn?
Let's just say they're very dedicated to stopping me from getting the artifacts. So if you don't trust me, well, they're your next best bet.
I know your encounters with our kind have not been pleasant, but we are here to talk, and you deserve answers.
Alright, let's board.
Good. See? We can all get along. For now.
Do want to save it though. I save it every once in a while.
Hello. Again. Do you remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
All we ever wanted to talk. All we ever wanted to do was talk. You were the ones who attacked us.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We're all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
Doesn't justify murder.
And who gets to say that? You? Me? The emissary? I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others. Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence.
Enough. We have more to discuss. The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you?
Sarah?
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye while we held off the Hunter.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
But both of you are trying to keep people from it.
I have to. This is bigger than all of us. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done, countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
Keeper Aquilus. You've been to the Unity multiple times. What does that mean?
It means I've seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going. You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks, to give up, to appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
So I help one of you. We combine our artifacts. Enter the Unity.
Bingo.
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine, or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
Very interesting. This is a cool ship, man.
I know we are not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it is good to see you again, old friend.
You might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that. The emissary and their kind only want to control you.
Why did you attack us?
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
What is the Unity to you? Why kill for it?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
You had this meeting because of me?
No, we always always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept tending. That it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
I'm sure you have more questions. Ask.
What happens when you enter the Unity?
It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you. Offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us?
Who was I in your universe? What was I like?
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version, but so much of you stays the same. It's hard, but each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me.
What's the armillary?
When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
Alright, let's go.
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way.
Thank you.
And I am sorry we have not always been forthcoming. I hope you will see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
Hey. So, we have a couple things to do. We'll probably undock here, honestly. And...
Clean separation, Captain. Perfect.
let's see how... It should be pretty close, I think. Cool. So
scan complete.
So we have 2 missions now. We will probably return to the lodge, and then after that we'll head to the moon. So I think I'll do that in the next episode. But till next time. I'll catch y'all later. I'll get back to editing these videos, and yeah, It's been a lot of fun. A lot more stuff going on. I can't wait to do the stuff after the main story where I can, you know, do some of the DLC content as well. And maybe explore some more. But yeah, until next time, catch you later. Alright, peace.